Well, hi there. This is the first time I've ever spoken in any of my videos, and the reason is I wanted to do tutorial videos on the Firewill and USAF mods for Arma 3. But before we go into these mods and their aircraft and weapons, I just wanted to cover our basics and start with the default Arma 3 jets and weapons. For this, I have created a test mission. Aptly named Test 1, for instance. Right. Of course, it's not going to work. Well, let's just create a new one then. Okay. What did we have actually? We had our carrier. Then we need a pilot. As you can see, when placing stuff on ships, you have to be careful on the height because it usually places it on the level ground, which in this case would be the water, and this of course way too low. So you have to adjust the height. Next, we also need an ammo truck. This will provide us with the ability to change our loadout in the game, which is a mod of course, but it does need it. So next we're gonna place our two planes. Let's just place it where we are gonna start from. Makes it even faster. And the wipeout. Okay. So placement isn't that crucial for the default Arma 3 carrier, but I like to make it just right so. And okay, that should work. Although we are gonna start with this jet, so it's probably best to place them differently. Okay, so now we can change the loadout for each plane. Okay, not much there. Short-range anti-air missile, mid-range anti-air missile. Then we have our air-to-ground missile, the Mesa 2, which in fact is the real-world AGM-65. And we have the GBU-12, a laser-guided bomb. Okay, we have that here. And we have the the smaller version of that bomb, which takes 4 in one slot. Oh, and we need an harm. This is an anti-radiation missile which works very well against enemy anti-air emplacements and tanks. Okay. Okay, can't do any more than that. Now let's see what we are gonna try on the A10, so to speak. This too is just another short-range anti-air missile or air-to-air missile. We don't really need that because default Arma 3 weapons work very simplistic. You just point, lock on, and shoot. For the most part, it is. I mean, unguided rockets like the Shrieker or unguided bomb like the MK82 or the cluster bombs. These ones you just release, but all the rest are lock on and for fire and forget. Okay, not really much there. I mean, we could try the cluster ammunition. I haven't very much played with cluster and unguided stuff because, well, if you can take a guided bomb, why take unguided bombs or missiles, right? Scalpel, those are lower damage Mesa rockets, so I usually take the Mesa. The same is true with Dar and Dagger, if I'm not mistaken. The two are not as powerful. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, Dar and Dagger have pretty low damage, so we are never gonna use them. Okay, let's finish that. Okay. Now, to place some enemies. Set the starting height to 1000. Group them up and set some waypoints. Circle. Okay, so they are gonna fly around this circle. Let's not forget we should edit the enemies to not have any ammunition so that we can properly test everything. It doesn't make any sense to evade missiles and get shot down eventually. If you just want to try every weapon. So let's place some more there in another pattern. Okay. And a cycle waypoint. Okay, that's for the air. Next, we are gonna place some anti-air defense at the airport. That's really nice and plain, so it should lock on easily. Here we are gonna take the enemy radar station and some missile launchers. And what I want to test is if it's enough to kill the radar station so that the missiles can't lock on anymore. Maybe place them differently. Okay, so now we know that the most southern one is the radar dish, and if we can destroy that before we get shot down by these long-range anti-air missiles, we know that this technique would work. But I guess differently, because what I've seen, you can use these anti-air missiles without any external radar. So this is most probably not going to work. Okay, so that's that. Now let's place some anti-air tanks. Those have only short to medium range missiles, so they are easier to destroy. Okay. And group them up. Or let's not, because I don't want them to drive into close formation. These should just stay where they are. I hope they do. Otherwise, I would need a special mode to set some AI parameters via the Arma editor. Or I could just script it, but that's a little bit too much for these videos. And remove their ammo too. Now some stationary targets. Let's go here. This too is very flat and easy to attack and see and watch enemies. Now what have we here? We are gonna place a rifle squad, 2 rifle squad, and some cars. Like trucks, and maybe some buildings. Not wings. Wing structures. Yeah, let's put those down. Okay. Creating a little semi-village. Okay, that's that. Maybe we should place a marker too. Next, we're gonna place some moving tanks. and give them some waypoints. Okay, what else do we need? We have anti-air, we have ground targets. We could put in ships, but as there are no dedicated anti-ship weapons, I don't think it makes any sense. We will do that with the Firewill and USAF mods, but for default Arma 3, I don't think that's necessary. Okay. All right. Let's not forget our source, so we can easily edit stuff while in game. We set it to all add-ons so that in the future we can use the Firewill and USAF chats. This is the source player. Okay, what else? Edit the layout to include GPS. I mean, we don't really need an UAV terminal, so no, let's not.